From the Lorain County Fairgrounds here in Wellington, Ohio, Film Crew Productions presents another episode of the summer of 2020. Here are a few of the headlines from this past week. Ohio is now 1 out of 12 states with more than 100,000 cases of the coronavirus. 34 states have actually less than 100,000 cases. The Postal Service has warned 46 states that voters may be disenfranchised. The only states that are clear, supposedly to this point, are New Mexico, Rhode Island, Oregon, and Nevada. And here's your sports news from the past week. Governor DeWine gave the go-ahead for high school football and all other contact sports to go ahead, despite the risks of spreading the coronavirus. Strict safety and guidelines still need to be ironed out. This is the summer of 2020, and it starts now. Our special guest this week from the Junior Fair Board is Miss Jenna Calfo. Jenna just recently graduated from Wellington High School, and as I said, she holds several positions actually, on the Junior Fair Board. Welcome, Jenna.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me.
The first question, Jenna, we all know that the Lorain County Fair has been canceled, but the Junior Fair has been allowed to go on. What does the Junior Fair entail, and what are all of the events that are going to be taking place during the Junior Fair?
This year, the Junior Fair will be all activities that FFA kids or 4-H kids participate in. So any of your normal animal shows that we have, so the pigs, the sheep, the goats, the dairy cows, the fowl, and all that. And then we will be changing how we're doing it all a little bit this year. So we're moving in stages instead of everybody moving in on one day. And we're just working to make sure that we are as safe as possible and still providing a fair to enjoy for these junior 4-Hers, so that way they get the experiences for their first years.
Now, you are a member of the Junior Fair Board. What position or positions do you actually hold? And who are the other officers, if you can name them all? And I know that your advisors are very important too, if you could talk about them. And also, I know that among your other jobs, you are also the assistant chair of special events in the special events department. So if you could explain all of those things that you're involved in with the Junior Fair.
So I am the secretary of the Lorain County Junior Fair Board, and I am also the co-chairman of the fowl department and the special events department, which the fowl department runs the fowl show and special events runs opening ceremony. And if it was a typical fair, we'd run the parade that we have each year for the Junior Fair. And then my other officers are President Corey Aviles, Vice President Frankie Krupka, me as the secretary, and then our treasurer is Delaney Adams.
Jenna, I know you're an exhibitor at the Junior Fair. What do you actually exhibit now, and what have you exhibited in the past?
So I've been an exhibitor of the Junior Fair for the last 13 years, starting as a cloverbud and then moving into being able to actually be a part of the Junior Fair. I've shown a wide variety of things over the last 13 years. I've taken many poster projects from cooking to making a scrapbook or anything like that. There's so many to choose from. And then I've also taken a wide variety of animals, including rabbits, turkeys, pigs, dairy cows, and steers. This year, I'll only be taking 3 dairy cows, so it's still a lot, but I am always looking forward to doing the work to work with these animals and bring them to the fair.
Now, I know as a member of the Junior Fair Board, you have a lot of work to do actually before the fair actually takes place. You're cleaning barns, you're setting up the barns. What are all of the things that you have to do prior to the fair actually happening?
We power wash almost every barn that we use before we set up every pen. We make the pen cards. We have to get all the trophies and everything ready for the shows. We have to create our show orders and just make sure that all of our exhibitors are accounted for, they all have a space, and that the grounds are looking as nice and as clean as possible before everybody comes in to see the Lorain County Fair. We are pretty much the people who dress it up and make it look pretty.
Now, Jenna, we know that the community is not going to be allowed to actually be into the actually see the Junior Fair itself. What do you have set up so that people can actually see the events that take place at the Junior Fair?
with the fair being so different this year, and COVID coming in and kind of making things a little bit of a mess at the beginning, but we figured it out. So with no spectators this year, we are actually going to live stream most of our shows, and we will have them on Facebook for everybody to see. Whether it be the Lorain County Junior Fair Board page or some other page related to the Lorain County Fair, we will be showing these shows for everybody to see and see what's happening, so that way they can support from home.
Well, Jenna, we know that the coronavirus is still running rampant throughout the United States. How are you going to be able to protect yourself, protect the other exhibitors, enforce social distancing, and wearing masks?
So this year is really different, and we had to set in a lot of protocols to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible. We have made sure that all of our barns are either one-way traffic, or we have arrows pointing in the direction that you are to walk while seeing the animals for the people who are on the grounds at this time. We are also going to require masks in the barns, and just being smart about when you wear them, when you're close to people. We will also, as a Junior Fair Board, be wearing our masks around to protect ourselves and protect others from the virus. We're also asking for the people who are on the grounds to not touch any other animals than their own, because they don't want any sort of contamination in that way. So we just want to be very cautious this year and make sure that everyone is just using their own items and not congregating in barns, and we can hopefully have a safe and healthy fair this year.
Well, that really sounds good. We're speaking with Jenna Calfo. She is a member of the Junior Fair Board and is directly involved with, I think, almost every aspect of the Junior Fair this year. You said, Jenna, that this, not only this year, but in years past, that this has been a huge learning experience for you. If you could explain that to us in detail.
I've learned how to manage my time wisely with trying to work on sports, hold down a job, do other summer activities, hang out with friends, all that stuff. And so I've learned how to manage my time and make the most of every moment that I have. A lot of the times it's hard, especially this year, because we have many people, including myself, moving away to college this fall. So we have to make sure we're getting ready for college and we have all of our stuff completed, and we move away, and it's just a lot on our plates personally, and then trying to make sure that we have a perfect fair for everybody else. Just being able to have those skills and abilities, I feel like that will really help me going into my future in early childhood education.
I know that you're doing something a little different this year. You're in the running for the Royal Court. Your thoughts on that?
So the Royal Court has been a little bit of a different process this year. We got all of our applications turned in late because of coronavirus, so it took a little bit more time to get things running, but there are 3 major steps to the process. You start off with your application, and then after you do that, you have a speech and just kind of like Q&A with some judges. So you go in a nice outfit and everything, and you go in and you talk to some judges, and then you give them a speech. And this year's speech for me was about coronavirus and how it impacted me. So then after you do that, you get scored on that and your application, and then you go in and you do what we call a fishbowl question. So you go into the awards banquet, which was early August, and you draw a random question out of a fishbowl and you answer it on the spot in front of the crowd. So that one you also get you get judged on, and then you get the points, and your overall score will tell you who is king and queen, and then your court members. So this year there's only 5 of us running, 1 guy and 4 girls. So I will figure out whether I made queen or not on Sunday of the fair.
You were one of 3 Wellington High School students to receive $1,000 scholarships, you along with Grace Dudziak and Allie Starner. And also you received the first ever Outstanding Community Person or Outstanding Citizenship Award for the Village of Wellington for the Kiwanis Club. I was wondering what your thoughts were concerning that, and also the fact that you were going for a record in the number of community hours that you actually performed during the year.
So it was an honor just to be picked for the Kiwanis Scholarship. But then when I was notified that I had been selected for the Outstanding Citizenship Award, I was really, really happy and just grateful that they had made this award. I've been giving back to the community for as long as I can remember. Just being in 4-H inspired that too. So just being a part of the Junior Fair Board and being able to give back to my community in that way. A camp counselor in the summers to help kids have a fun experience that I had when I was younger, and just do so many different things, even within the village of Wellington, helping out at all those festivals. It was really a great experience to do.
Well, finally, Jenna, we know that you are going off to college. In fact, you mentioned it earlier, getting ready to go off to college. Tell us about what you're looking forward to as a brand new freshman at Ashland University.
So I will be attending Ashland University this fall. I am actually leaving on Tuesday of the fair, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me to get away from the fair during the week while everything is happening, and then just get moved in and settled into my college dorm. But I am told so far by email that I will be having some in-person classes and some classes via Zoom. So I will be in the classroom at least for one of the classes during the week, because normally my classes are 2 days a week. So at least one of the classes will be in person and the other one will be on Zoom. I'm expecting to have a little bit of a different college experience this year, but I mean, it'll be something different that nobody else gets to experience as a freshman, and it'll just be something new. And that's why I wanted to go live on campus and just get this different experience, because it's something that someone else might not be able to get to experience in their life, and it's just something that I can tell people that I've done and experienced.
Well, we'd once again like to thank Jenna Calfo, a member of the Junior Fair Board here in Wellington, for explaining us all of the ramifications and all the things that she and her fellow board members need to do, not only in preparation for the fair, but also while the fair is actually going on, and also at the same time taking time to exhibit her animals and actually trying for a position on the royal court. We'd also like to thank Miss Dottie Cianciola for being the field reporter and serving as the technical advisor on this particular show, because without her, this show would not have been able to be produced. We would like to see you again very soon on another episode of the summer of 2020. This has been a Film Crew production.